now, I know it's not about time for me because if I like a game enough, I'll beat it even if it takes me months. And I'd like to think the games in my backlog are great. I don't just buy everything that looks cool. I seriously look at games way more critically than I ever did before I decide to spend my hard earned dollars. And I don't even think older games were definitively better back then. In some ways, yeah, but 2024 had to be one of the better years in gaming history for me. I
Yeah.
personally think we're in the golden age of Metroidvanias and Silksong isn't even
And
out yet.
golden age of a
But
lot
I
of things that
still
people don't
can't get over
realize.
the fact that every time I'm at my home screen, I feel like I'm channel surfing. Remember that word next time you're on Game Pass or scrolling through your backlog because the way we interact with video games before we even decide to boot them up plays a significant role in our enjoyment of them.
It's pure ideology.
And to you, my friend, I gonna reverse card that at you. You need to learn to not use phrases slash not believe in phrases such as backlog um, and those sorts of concepts because you're on this right line of thinking. You're saying like you've noticed that already your preconceptions prior to even engaging with the hobby affect your enjoyment of the hobby. And this is what I think when anyone ever mentions like, oh, brah, I've got such a backlog, man. And does anyone else like you open your Nintendo Game Pass and you look at like you're just channel surfing your game Netflix, bro? And to that, only a little bit. In a more earnest manner, this is just a part of growing up. It's a minor symptom of depression, but actually, it's more rather just, this is just what it's like when you're older, my dude. When you're browsing through your Steam library and you're scrolling and scrolling and you can't think of something, and then even you said it yourself, you force yourself to, like, open a game, and then because you've forced yourself to open the game, you're kind of not going to get into it at all. You're just going to open your phone. Maybe you'll look at videos of the game on your phone, but far more likely you're just going to fucking browse Reddit, look at videos on your TikTok or whatever the fuck. Um, so yeah, you, my friend, humbly and earnestly need to take your own advice and learn to um, rethink the current perspective that you have in the ways that you approach your um, gaming as a hobby. Because when you're doom scrolling through your Steam libraries, which, yeah, as you've rightly pointed out, if you showed that to your child self, your child self would be like, "What the fuck? I own 3 games. What do you mean you can't decide a game to force yourself to play when you have a Steam library of like 1,000 games? Like, shut up, you idiot, old man. Just play whatever looks coolest out of your 1,000 games. Whatever you think looks cool right now." Um, because yeah, I think it's not entirely responsible, but I think r/patient gaming has kind of shit-brained the discourse about this, such that it's even poisoned the well, like outside, like far outside the influence of just the patient gaming subreddit, which is a fairly niche community. Like this has spilled out into just this is now the general default adult gamer perspective of things are worse now. It's not us getting old, objectively, like Fortnite V-Bucks Battle Pass shit sucks ass, and objectively, games are more highly commodified and aggressively designed first and foremost as products compared to some, not all, some of the titles that we grew up with were actually the results of genuine, earnest developer creative inspiration and passion, and just genuine love for the medium and love for what could be achieved potentially through this new emerging, and the rate at which it is improving is ridiculously exponential. You know, from the 90s through to about 2010-ish, 2011, then it all just kind of stagnated a bit from there. Hit the knee of the curve sort of thing. Yeah, and now we just get all games look exactly the fucking same. UE5, Unity Engine. You can spot the fucking fonts in the UI. You can spot the example tutorial assets that get shipped into actual full games. Tragedy of the Commons, my dudes.
Bruh.
All the shit just became way too accessible. And accessibility lol. Such that the idiocracy people now have tools. Now they even have AI slop generative assistants to help them in this process. It's way too easy for idiocracies to install Unity, install UE5, pay an additional $5 to a really sketchy grey market Unity asset library site, and just drag those assets in, drop it in, list it to Steam for $49.95, but have it on permanent 95% off. Bada bing, cha-ching, you know what I'm saying? That's the society bottom text what we live in now. Compare that to, say, 90s pioneer game devs, or even, you know, into the first, second generation-ish of 3D consoles, you know what I'm saying? PS1, PS2, Xbox, GameCube, that sort of era. That was like the tail end, the last hurrah of, basically before Horse Armor happened.
This is my first game.
It always comes back to fucking Todd and Emil, doesn't it? But disprove me on this point. Horse Armor was the turning point in our dark timeline to the predatory, like literally disgusting levels of aggressive child-targeted monetization iPhone app hellscape Fortnite gamers that we fucking live in, you know what I'm saying?
This is my first game.
Horse Armor did it. It was Horse Armor.
This is my first